Hey, Troy here, KC Vapor. I'm going to do a quick review of a juice that I got last night at Vapor Maven. It's one of my shops I go to in the area. I might talk about some of my top shops I go to here pretty soon. But anyway, last night I got this. I wanted to review it, kind of an out of the box, first time kind of getting into it type of review where I'm kind of just going with my initial reaction to it and what I think of it just by vaping it right here on camera with a fresh everything here. I got this is the Widowmaker RDA, wicked up fresh with nothing on it right now. There's no juice on this whatsoever, as you can see. This is the Vandy Vape Widowmaker RDA on top of the Vandy Vape Swell RDA by Vandy Vape and Tony B. It's a really, really, really good RDA. And this is, like I said, this Widowmaker is a really great RDA. And this great mod here, this Swell mod is awesome. Hits good. Hits about as hard as like the gene chip inside of like the Voodoo drags and stuff like that. Hits about as hard as that, I would say. Cotton threads is what I got threaded through the coil there. And SVRF satisfying is what this flavor is. This is a raspberry dragon fruit iced tea flavor, which is actually a very different flavor profile than I typically would go for. I vape typically fruits or desserts, which is a broad spectrum, yes, but I typically don't do dragon fruit or tea flavors or iced tea or any of that stuff. I do like coffee flavors, but iced tea and stuff, no, usually. Usually when it says iced something, it's going to have coolant, so I'm expecting this to maybe have something with coolant in it. I don't know if it will or not, like menthol-y coolant, coolada, I don't know. But this is going to be we're going to go all the little steps here. We're going to first smell it, then we're going to taste it on the finger, and then drip it on here and saturate the cotton, and then we're going to vape it. Smells good. Boy, it tastes the raspberry a lot. There's a little bit of coolant in it. And see, I typically don't like that. This is gonna be really different for me, which is good. I mean, step out of my comfort zone, I guess. But I'm gonna go ahead and wet this cotton up the quickest I can. It takes a little bit of time. But I'll quickly, while I'm doing this, I'll talk about some of the shops I go to. Here locally, I mentioned Vapor Maven, which typically I go to the ones that's Belton and Raymore area. There's two, one in Belton and one in Raymore. The one in Belton just recently opened. The one in Raymore has been open for a few years. But Vapor World in Grandview. Shout out to Tony and all them out there. I love that place. I go there all the time, sometimes daily, sometimes more than once a day. Then there's a Vapor World at 103rd. Shout out to Tim there. He's a great dude out there. I'll shout out to Justin out there at Smoke Tokes on 103rd and State Line. And then Smoke Hut here over in Grandview as well. The same people own Smoke Hut and Smoke Tokes. As well as KC Fumes and Olathe Vapor Shop and a few other, those same people all own all those. Smoke Tokes, Smoke Hut, KC Fumes and all those. And I drop stuff very frequently. Ask my wife. Ask my wife just how much I drop shit. Okay. We are going to set the airflow open because that's typically how I like it. Turn the RDA on. And like I said, it's got some coolant in it, which I have not baked anything with coolant in it in forever. It's about 83 watts. We'll see how it hits at that. Just kind of, I'm going to take a few tugs here. Let me kind of. Getting cloudy in here, I know, already. This Widowmaker RDA, man. I'm kind of down a little bit. I got those coils centered pretty heavily, so they're going straight up in my mouth here. There's a little of that coolness in it, but it's not so bad that it's overpowering. I like that. I don't like menthol like I'm sucking on a fucking cough drop. I hate that. This is pretty good. I like this better than I thought I was going to like it. It's got good cloud production. It's a 70-30. It's a 70-30 blend, which means it's 70 VG, 30 PG, vegetable glycerin, propylene glycol mixture. So it's a typical 70-30. I mean, which is a very common thing, as most of you well know. The raspberry comes through very strong, but in a good way. It's not like terrible or anything by any means. The coolness in it is just there, but it's not so heavy that it's killing me. You know, and it tastes like a cough drop that's mentholated. You know what I mean? I hate anything to do with that flavor, and it's actually really good. I'd recommend it. Someone who's wanting to step out of their normal kind of stuff, maybe that don't typically like menthol or like coolant of any kind. This is light enough to where it's there, but I dig it. It's actually pretty good. It's sweet. The tea's in there a little bit, just at the back of it. You get the raspberry at first, then the tea comes after that. So it's really good. But that's kind of my initial thoughts on it. We'll kind of see how long I stick with it as far as vaping, and you'll know later on if I got a setup going or something, and I'm doing something 5 shows from now, and I go, well, I got that iced tea in here, we'll see how it goes. But anyway, I'm Troy, also KC Vapor. I'll see you guys soon, and we're out. And then here's the deal with this. I'm always going to say this, no matter what anybody says to you, no matter what anybody does or thinks about anything, remember, vaping is a way better alternative to cigarettes. If you don't smoke now, don't start vaping. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just saying it's a much better alternative if you got to do one or the other, for a nicotine replacement type thing. Relax, blow some O's, and just please keep vaping.